In Sad Hero Cop News. Submitted by Three Finger Fuck.
Three Finger Fuck.
Hey, don't smoke here. Go smoke over there.
One of the first responding officers from the Pulse Nightclub shooting is now losing his job.
You mean that Florida terrorist shoot?
At the gay nightclub, right?
Yeah.
Orlando, yeah.
That happened back in June 2016.
What did the police happen to do here?
Man, your English is awesome.
But you understand what I said, right?
Oh, perfect time.
Yeah, so
Perfect time.
Perfect timing.
Perfect picture.
so this is Omar Delgado. He works for the Eatonville Police Department.
It looks like he's part of a calendar shoot, like February.
He's a model.
There was definitely about 40 photos before they chose that one.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it looks like it was just too perfect.
That's his good side, though. You can tell.
Yeah.
Your good side is when because your eyeballs are slightly bigger, right? And it's supposed to be your good side is the one where your eyeballs are
I
bigger.
didn't know that.
Is it really?
That's what Nikki told me.
What?
Because she's a big believer in good side, bad side. And I'm like, it's all fucking wrecked, so let's get this over with.
Same.
Just get it over with, man.
Like, I don't fucking know the side. You just pick the shit that looks less vulgar.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's vulgar.
Vulgar, goddamn.
Fuck and ass.
It's pretty bad.
Ass fuck.
I'm like, it's
Your
an accident.
face is a swear word.
Yep.
God dang.
Yeah, so here.
All right. So what about Mr. February?
Yeah.
So he was one of the first responders. He was hailed a hero because he helped one of the victims, this guy, Angel Colan.
He's like a baby.
Yeah, what's with that?
yeah, so
He's on morphine, dude.
All right, there it is.
Yeah, so he said that.
He's the attacker. I'm here to fucking arrest you.
Jesus.
So he was one of the victims of the shooting, right? So he was saying that thanks to this cop, he now lives because when he found him, when the cop found the victim, I know. Sorry, hold on.
That was cute. Because in my mind, every word you're saying creates an image. So when you said cow, it went from cop to cow real quick.
Oh, I heard count. Like Dracula.
So when the cop arrived, they're saying that Angel, he was bleeding so much, he was so injured that he probably would have died if it wasn't for this cop. Because he took him to get treatment right away.
Oh.
So he was held a hero. So now he's in the news because the city has decided to let him go. And so now they're
Why
looking
come?
at it. It seems like it's a financial reason. So Omar has been working at this police department for 9.5 years. In just 6 more months, he will be able to get into the pension system and he'll be able to collect 64% of his $38,500 salary and benefits for life if he makes it up to the 10 years.
So that's why they fired his
That's
ass.
fucked.
But now, so this town is financially struggling. They're saying that this is the nation's oldest incorporated African American town, and
Don't have that many tax money.
it has about 2,000 people and a really small police department, which is where he works. And so it seems like, from my own speculation, it seems like they're letting him go because they probably can't afford that.
Why don't they fire the non-hero cop?
There you go.
You know what I mean?
That's just
Or they
my
firing the hero
personal
cop.
Or maybe the non-hero cop hasn't been there that long, where he's about to reach that pension.
Right.
Maybe they just don't like the hero cop. They're like, nah, let's not. I don't like him that much.
That's true. I've always wondered that. Like it's always like whenever you hear somebody got killed, right? You always hear like, oh, he was such a great guy. But like, haven't assholes died too?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, why aren't the neighbors? Why aren't the neighbors ever like, oh, that guy was a fucking dick? I mean, yeah, no, he died, and
I want to see that though.
Right
I want to
here.
see like, oh, thank God.
Brutal obituary.
We did a JK News about them,
A donkey.
their family. They wrote an obituary about their father, who was a dick face, and then, you
They
know,
wrote like a
The whole
brutally honest
family
that's
just
great.
obituary.
he was like, this is who he really was.
yeah,
That's
and then
great.
the daughter watched the video and then sent us a book. This is the recent.
Because you only ever hear the real shit if the guy was a murderer. Then they're always like, he was such an asshole. Like, oh yeah, he used to get his mail in a weird way. Or like, you know, well, something weird. They're like, oh, he was very quiet. I always thought that was a little weird. But then if it's somebody else, they're like, oh, he was the best.
Yeah, I want to see someone go on news. It's like 100%. I was warning everyone. I told everyone that fool. He just looks creepy.
Right.
Like he was just bound to fucking snap and kill everybody.
It's like, just look at him. Can you guys put a picture up? Just look at this guy.
Yeah.
They need to have you on it.
I mean, I would love that.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I feel bad for this guy though. A lot of cops they join because of the pension because it's hella good, and then like 6 months from getting it, they fired him. So what is he gonna do now? Can he join another
What do you do?
department?
Fart in the workplace?
The department won't state exactly why they're letting him go. They're saying that it's a confidential thing. And they're also saying that the department reached an agreement with Omar to end his employment. And so as of right now, as it stands, he will only receive 42% of his salary starting when he's 55, which is in 10 years, because he's 45 now.
So he still has to work.
So instead of getting 64% of his salary, he'll be getting 42%, but not until 10 years from now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So Omar is saying that one of the reasons he speculates as to why they're letting him go is because he suffers from PTSD. So after the whole Orlando shooting, he went back out on the streets to patrol, but then after a couple months, like, he just couldn't do it anymore because of PTSD, so he ended up taking a desk job. And so he's been doing
Sounds
that.
like a cop movie.
Yeah.
We gotta put you at the desk, okay? You saw some shit out there. I'm putting you behind a desk.
No, you can't do it to me, man.
I love the streets.
Yeah. They need me.
I'm Mr.
Right?
February. Put me back out there.
Yeah.
But then every time he passes like a club and he hears dude, he's like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, he's saying that till this day he can't go to restaurants or bars because there's just too many people. He says, like, he can't.
He's like, I can't hear EDM.
Yeah.
No EDM, no mariachi
No EDM,
music.
no gay festivals.
Right.
No, he's just saying,
I
like,
see two guys kissing each other, I flip out. Not for the reason you think.
I pull my gun out. When
No, because I was at a nightclub shooting. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm not homophobic.
No, it has nothing to do with this. I love that during the shooting they were making out with each other. It's absurd. I know. Cops going through there, people making out with each other. Like,
No, it makes sense because it's like we might not live forever. Honey, kiss me. You know, like in the movies they do that all the time. Stop fucking! Stop fucking!
they're fucking now too.
I know. Everybody, stop fucking!
yeah. So Omar here is just saying, like, he hoped that he would have more support from the department, especially, like, he believes that there should be more support for first responders suffering from PTSD. So right now there's a bill that has advanced, and the bill is requiring coverage for mental health treatment and work compensation insurance for first responders with PTSD. So it would call for funding for PTSD treatment if it resulted from witnessing a murder, suicide, fatal injury, child death, or arriving at a mass casualty situation. And so the treatment, under this bill, the treatment would begin within 15 days of the injury, and so it would be through a certified licensed psychiatrist. And so that's what the bill is working on right now. And
So they don't have like treatment programs for officers that witness crazy shit?
I mean, I didn't look into that, but based off of this, it sounds like
I think it's by department because I'm sure LAPD is different than this place. You know what I mean? Like,
Probably.
my brother has PTSD because he was in the Air Force and he saw some shit, and he just got cleared for like a medical thing that gives him like a certain amount of money for the rest of his life.
Wow.
Yeah, because they talk about this other cop who was also in the Orlando. He was involved in the whole. God damn it!
There's nothing there. There's nothing there. I'm right
was a
next to
fly
you.
in
There's
my
nothing
nose.
there.
Damn it,
There's
man.
really
Fucking crazy.
I swear, there's nothing there.
No, so they talk about. Thank you. Oh
No,
wait,
he believes-
I believe Steve.
you've dealt with this fly too. Everyone has. Anyways,
She targeted him like it's a specific fly, huh?
there is this one specific fly like he's bugging all of us.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so they do mention in this article this other officer that the Orlando Police Department did grant an early retirement back in July to this officer who's 37 years old. He was diagnosed with PTSD. He will get about 80% of his $70,000 salary for life. So that's like 50 something.
56 G's a year for life. Damn, that's really good.
Can I get PTSD?
Don't say that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Well,
but
PTSD can come into a lot of different shapes and sizes.
You probably already have PTSD
Yeah.
based off
You
of your
probably
papa
do.
and
You
mama.
probably do.
I know.
I think if you got your ass beat, you probably have it in some.
Oh,
shit.
straight up, dude. Whenever somebody raises their hand in class, I fucking went.
There you go.
just
Wish
like that.
granted.
Dude, there are some girls that I had sex with that gave me PTSD. 100%. Because the lights were just too on. This is too much light.
Why didn't you stop it before it went into the bedroom?
I couldn't stop it. Once it started, you can't
In
stop.
too deep.
Yeah, it's, you know, I wanted to stop, believe me, but now I
We just couldn't say no.
couldn't say no.
Men are weak.
We're very weak. I could start crying right now if you really want to get it out of me.
what's going on with homeboy here? Like he's getting fired and left like out in the cold, and I just picture him walking around sad and like tumbleweed
Kicking
and
rocks and
everything.
shit?
Yeah, hands in the pocket and shit, like nothing.
The pockets are out.
So there's
So you have to turn his gun and badge in like in the movies too, like.
You do have to do that.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Dude, I hope he doesn't go homeless because he's gonna be like one of those dudes that I see in the street that I think's a fucking liar. You know what I mean?
like I used to be a I used to
like,
be a
hey.
cop.
I used to be a fucking
I'm a
decorated
hero.
cop. I'm like, whatever, loser.
Sure you are, dude. Why do you smell like urine?
I heard the military thing over and over and over.
I don't know who's like lying or not.
Dude, military guys get treated like shit. I believe everybody who's homeless who says they were a veteran. 100%. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. The VA was just, it's been such a nightmare for these guys.
I remember there was this one bum that me and Bart were driving, and then he asked Bart for money. He was like, "Oh, you're military?" Because he saw his like chevrons or something on the car, and then he was like, "Yeah, spend your money wisely." Like he said it to him, like, I fucked up.
I was doing a video a couple years ago where I got a homeless guy. I picked him up from the street, and I like gave him the best day of his life because all these YouTube prankster guys were picking up homeless guys, and they were like taking him and buying T-shirts and buying them hot meals and shit, and like just filming themselves doing charity work and acting like they're great people.
Yeah.
So I got this guy, and I picked him up from the street. He was a real homeless guy, and I took him to a dinner. And I bought him dinner, and I was like, we're filming all this shit, right? Like, we're filming all this shit? And he knew what was going on, because I was making fun of these YouTube prankster guys.
Yeah.
But by the end of the night, I got him a hotel room. I filled it entirely with balloons, and I had a sign that says, Steve Greene, greatest person 2015 in the world. And I had a theme song playing when he walked in the room. It was like, Steve Greene's the man, he's so awesome. He's so charitable and awesome. And then this guy, like, he's taking, like, there's balloons all over the bed, so when he's pulling the bedspread off, like, there's balloons everywhere. Like, he's trying to get them off the bed.
Because it was just balloons everywhere.
Filling the whole room with balloons. It was like inconvenient amount of balloons.
Wow.
But what was great is at the end of the day, I was like, hey man, obviously like you can keep this hotel room. Like thanks for your help with the video. Because he agreed with my message. He thought all these guys doing this stuff because he had
knew
a
about
phone. He could watch these YouTube videos and he's seen people taking advantage of homeless people, filming
And
themselves
he's all
doing charity
like,
work.
what the hell?
As they walk away with $1 million and they give
Exactly. And so he was down with it, but at the end of the day, I was like, yeah, man, you can stay here for the night. Like I have it for the whole night. And he was like, honestly, dude, like, can you just take me back to my hotel? Because he's like, I do pretty well flying a sign. Like he's like, I make like $200 a day doing this shit. And I was like, oh, okay. And he had a phone with internet, like you know, he was.
Took him out of fucking.
Yeah, and I was thinking like, hey, you would like this, and then he's like, no, this is
no.
maybe at the Ritz, pal. Yeah.
This is Motel 6. Take me back to the Sheraton.
You spit in your face. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? It's like, you can keep the rental car. He's like, I don't drive Fords, man.
American.
How did you find him? How did you?
I just picked him up on the street.
You just walked up to any old guy.
He was flying a sign, and I walked up to him and I was like, hey man, I would like to give you like $100, and you just hang out with me for the day. And I was like, I'll give you 100 now, I'll give you 100 when we're done or whatever. And then he's like, yeah, absolutely, I'd love to. And so,
Because he doesn't have to work. He's like, that's it.
yeah, and then I explained it to him because I basically am a dick to him the whole video but it's really not about me being a dick to him. It's about me making fun of these prankster people. Yeah. So I was happy to let him in on that joke because I'm not making fun of him.
Did you put this video up?
Yeah.
I'd never seen it.
What is it called? I want to see it.
It's called like Homeless Guy Life Changed Forever, like touching story must see, like that shit.
I fucking hated those videos,
I
man.
fucking hate
those videos, man.
I fucking hate them.